Hey, what's up guys, Philson here, and today I'm back with another episode of my Mira series. Sorry about the lack of an upload last weekend, but I had finals, so I needed to study for that. But we are on Consulate, and we are on the top floor, arguably the best spot. And to make up for my lack of a video last weekend, I'm going to be making another one tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And I will link that in the description if you're watching this at a future date. But first off, we have this spot right here. Now this spot right here is not the best spot in the world because of this reason right here. And if that window gets open, they pop the window very, very quickly. And also, if you're rappelling on this window, you can open this, and you need to make sure you have this reinforced, because if you don't have this reinforced, now they have a deep, you can just shoot from that window. So you need to make sure you reinforce this as well. But if you like castle mute this, and they don't have an Ash, Sledge, Zofia, grenades, whatever, but they just don't melee it, this spot works pretty well. And even if you don't put a window here, which I don't necessarily recommend, opening the top part is very useful, because you can throw C4s in a bunch of different spots that are all very common spots that you just plant. You just open the entire wall, and you can throw C4s back behind the desk. And this one will kill, this C4 right here will kill anyone planting right here. You can get a better throw as well. It's hard to get good throws on this spot, but you can throw it, and it will land right here. This is where you really want it. You don't want it around the desk, but you get it right here. The C4 will kill anyone planting behind here. But you cannot throw it here. And the reason why I say that is this couch is actually explosive proof. So if you are a 3-speed, sometimes you can get the C4 to go over the couch, but it's hard to do. But this C4 will not kill anyone. I could sit right here, and this couch is completely immune to explosives. I don't know why, but it works as a shield. But anyway, so moving on to our next spot, we have one in admin. Now, same problem as the last one is we have this window right here, and this window will just cut you off and they'll pop your window. But the thing with this spot is, if of course they don't open that window, is that you have line of sight on every window of the site. You have to shoot at the tops of the cubicles and that monitor. But you can see every window, and you can see if anyone enters, and it's quite useful to have this here. And even if they do take this spot, you still potentially have wasted time, or they don't decide to go on this window and they don't get their admin, so that's always good. Now for the last spot upstairs, we have this one right here. Now this spot is not a mirror window, of course, because you don't necessarily need one here. You can accomplish the same thing without one. You can put a prone murder hole right here, and all of these watch the vault in from the balcony when going into A. So you can sit right here, you can open deeper holes if they don't, like, in this spot only works if they don't take it, of course, they don't take admin. You can aim here, you can, there's a lot of lines of sight you can get just to stop that. But you don't necessarily need a window here, but if you do, it is a lot easier to protect the window and protect people from getting in. But that is it from here. I would not necessarily recommend a Mira, but you can still play her, and we are moving down into the basement right now. Okay, so these spots in here, this is pretty basic setup. We have this window here that watches the garage, and the only problem with this spot is, of course, you cannot see behind the yellow pillow, so you have to peek out if they open that side, which is usually the most common side to peek open, because you can run behind the van and get a quick plant down. And for this other spot right here, this one's simple, this one just watches your flank. So if anyone pushes back behind you, you just use this window to kill them. And for this other spot in here, we have right here. So we have this spot in here. Now, this one is just so, because from this window you cannot see behind the yellow pillar. Well, this one you can see behind the yellow pillar. This one's good to play a smoke behind. So you can throw your smoke canisters right here. Or you can play them behind here, it doesn't really matter. If you have a smoke, of course. Now, there is this spot right here, and I'd like to point this out, because this is just a general tip. You can throw C4s and grenades through these holes, through the windows right here. If you just shoot them out, you can just throw C4s and they'll land right around here. You can throw it through the windows, and as well is if you know if there is someone playing back here, if you have good enough aim with your frag, no one peeks you with your frag in your hand, you can throw a frag through the windshield, through this little window, and you will kill anyone sitting back here if there's no ADS. Which is pretty interesting. But overall, this spot right here combined with this spot is usually the best, as well as this right here. Now, you can use some windows upstairs that are, of course, for more coordinated people. You have to have like maybe a 5-man, 4-man. And you can have windows up here that will help with your roaming. Like you can have a window right here, for obvious reasons. You just want to be able to see that. You can put a window right in here, and you can keep an eye on piano. You can do all these things. I believe you can even fit a window right here, but that is basically it for down there. You can do all these spots up here, but not the best spots. It's usually just better to have roamers without mirror windows, and it's better to use both of them down here. But that is it for down here. We are going to move into the middle floor, which is arguably the worst. Okay, so in the middle, this is the lobby and piano room. You have these two spots right here. Now, this spot is actually sometimes used as an information mirror. It's one of the last information mirrors that people actually use. Most of them are used for peeking. This window, or this right here, will have to be reinforced because of this window right here. And you can get a very long window on this mirror if you have this unreinforced, and I'll show you that later. And this other spot right here is self-explanatory, is pretty normal. You see this, and you can see these windows. And of course, the danger of this is the garage, because if you open the hatch, then you just get shot from it. So I would recommend not opening hatch, unless you're playing a roamer down there, and reinforcing this wall, leaving the hatch unbroken until you need to drop out or something, because you have your shotgun, you can just pop it whenever you need to. Now, it should also be noted that taking upstairs when attacking here is very important, because the defenders will usually defend up here. Which is why a lot of these windows that I showed before are actually still viable. So you can put the window here. You can use that window there if you want to. You can use the window in this room as well. And they're all just as viable as it using over there and up here, because a lot of people still push this. And you need to hold here, because if you don't hold here, then they'll just quick move. And you need to be able to make sure you have this room so that you can deny their quick plan if they have like a Monty or something. Now this panel used to be destructible, and I don't know why it's not right now. There it is. I was on a fan. And if you open this hole right here, it is also better to peek here instead of the normal spot, because you get a far longer line of sight, and it's also harder to see you. Usually people will peek right here, but if you peek here, you have a longer line of sight, and it's also harder for them to peek back. It's harder for them to see you unless they have a glass. Now, this is good and all, and you can see that, but like I was talking about with the window in the bathroom, if I can line up a shot on it at least, if they open this window and you leave it unreinforced, they can hit your mirror from back here. I just can't do it. There it is. So they can hit the mirror from back here. They don't have to get on the window, and of course they'll see you, or they'll see anyone sitting on that. And I do believe you can actually get it from back here as well, but the window debris will sometimes be in the way. But that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you all tomorrow in our next video, which I believe is on Chalet, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace. Oh, god damn it. You're sober case. Stop dwelling on empty words. Stop stalling in the doorway. Cancel the cruise control.